Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of RE/MAX Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health. We have 8 locations to serve you better. Our staff is dedicated to help you and your family. Here's your host, Vicki Soule.
And welcome to Community Conversations. I'm so glad that you've joined us today because we're going to be talking about being outdoors and doing fun things. And what's better for your health than a little physical exercise as well as a little endorphins coming through with the good times. So we're going to talk about the McKee Gardens. And with us today is Amy Shoemaker. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, Amy, you're the education coordinator.
That is correct.
Now, when I think of McKee Gardens, I don't think of education. I think of lots of things, including what a long history it's had in this community. Can you tell our listening audience, some of which may have not been in Vero until recently, a little bit about it?
Absolutely. So the property, a great deal of property, about 82 acres, was purchased by Arthur McKee in the early 30s. When he saw the property, he was planning on turning it into a citrus grove. But then when he went in to walk around what he had actually purchased, he realized that he had just purchased like a beautiful vacation spot for him. So instead of doing the citrus groves, he turned it into lovely, lush jungle of flowers and trees or plants. And he originally just wanted it for himself. And then he realized, hey, I'm sitting on this piece of property that's so fantastic and that let's share it with the world. So he and Waldo Sexton opened it up to the world. Waldo Sexton built the Hall of Giants, which houses the world's longest table made from one cut of wood there in McKee Botanical Garden. So the original name was McKee Jungle Gardens. They had animals as well as plants, and 82 acres.
Monkeys.
Yes, monkeys, bear, chimpanzees. Yes, so we had quite a few creatures roaming around.
Well, that's about the same time that Vero Beach as a city was coming to welcome other people because land was cheap, and our city fathers had this great vision of being able to bring more people in to enjoy what we have.
Sure, and grow the city for sure. Yeah, so they opened up those 82 acres for the longest time, but unfortunately in the 70s, they had to sell off the property. They weren't making as much money because people weren't traveling up and down US 1 as often. They had other roads to travel and other attractions to see. So they unfortunately had to shut down, but in the early 90s, a group of fantastic people here in Vero Beach got together and worked to raise money to purchase the property back from the people that had owned it and made McKee Botanical Garden what it is today. And so we just celebrated in November a 20th anniversary of being open again.
That's what I was going to ask, how long it's been.
Yes, 20 years. And to being McKee Botanical Garden. We now have a wonderful children's garden, opened up a few years ago. And,
which seems like an oxymoron. So we're going to come back and let you explain that a little bit.
I will be happy to talk about it. I love talking about the children's garden. It's one of my favorite things. So yes, I've been here at McKee for a little over 2.5 years as the education coordinator. And the history is so rich and fantastic. And we have the Hall of Giants still with all of the history and a really nice 7-minute video that plays in the Hall of Giants constantly. It is something that was filmed a long time ago and really gives you a sense of what we were like before.
Then.
Yes, and it's awesome. It's one of my favorite things. And so I encourage anyone to just visit the Hall of Giants, read the history on the walls, and definitely watch that video.
Now, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, because I am a pretty regular visitor there.
Awesome.
You all had the Christmas Village in the Hall of Giants. Is that going to be there this Christmas?
So, yes, you're right. The Christmas Village has been in the Hall of Giants for many, many years. This year, we went a little different way, and now the Hall of Giants is a giant gingerbread house. Because, when you think of the Hall of Giants, it looks like a gingerbread house, right? It's made of wood. And so we kind of did a reverse thing. So as you walk in, the whole thing, it looks like a gingerbread house. So you'll have to come and see this year. So perhaps the village will come back next year, but this year it's all
no other
candy and
space for it,
gingerbread.
huh?
No, that would be the place to put it. But just think it'll be special next year.
It will be.
It will be very special next year. You're like, there it is.
There it is.
But
It's
no,
back.
we are in the process of decorating for the holidays, and the Hort staff, we're all working nonstop. It's going to be fantastic. So we have it'll be decorated for the days, and we have our Festival of Lights at night. We have our 12 nights of Festival of Lights at McKee this year. So it will be lit up from 6 to 8 on certain days. And yeah, come see. It's going to be fantastic.
Now, when you talk about the hort staff, I mean, I'm guessing you mean horticultural?
Yes, I apologize.
The plant people.
Yes, the fantastic people that keep the place looking so fantastic. Yes.
And do they are they like master gardeners? Are they volunteers? Is it a mix? How do you keep that much in acreage? I know it's not 82 acres anymore,
right,
but
correct.
It's still a significant patch of land.
18 acres, yes. It's a nice spot.
So how do you keep everything growing? Do you introduce new things? How do the horticultural people intermix?
Okay, so they're a fantastic group of people. We have a director of horticulture, and he's been here for many, many years. And then we have full-time staff, some part-time, and we have quite a few volunteers that help in that department as well. And everyone who works there has their little niche. We have some that like to, are fantastic dealing with taking care of the water lilies and the ponds, and someone who's an expert on decorating and putting out displays. So they all have their special niche, and they're fantastic. If they find an animal for me to take a picture of to show the children, they'll call or let me know. So they all work together. It's one big family. But yes, the horticulture department is fantastic. They all keep everything looking beautiful. They all it's fantastic. And when they're out and about and you're a visitor at McKee, if you have a question, any kind of horticultural question, or just want to know what they're doing in the pond, they love talking to our visitors. They'll definitely answer questions and visit with our visitors. So.
Well, I know it's got to be a lot of hands, because I have just an ordinary city plot, and it's all my husband and I can do just to keep the weeds from taking over.
I totally understand.
So.
Yes, no, it's a full-time job for some of us, but they love it. These people love it.
So there are a couple of volunteer opportunities for people who like to have their hands in the dirt outside of their own. The Shining Light Garden is on the north end of town. If people wanted to volunteer with McKee Gardens, could they do that even if they were just seasonal?
Absolutely. So we have a fantastic volunteer coordinator, and her name is Ann McCormick, and she would be the go-to person to talk to. You just fill out your application, and on the volunteer application, there are spots to say your interests. So what would you like to do? Would you like to work with children? Would you like to help out in the garden?
Okay.
Or, at our events? And so you give us what your, talents are. You let us know. And then we, through that communication, we let you know the opportunities, and you can definitely volunteer. We'd love our volunteers.
Yeah, I've gotten that perspective, having been there before.
Oh, yes, we do.
And was the original garden having the water lilies as well, or is that something you think that maybe happened more recently?
My understanding, that was one of Arthur McKee's passions, bringing in exotic plants. Okay. And so he traveled the world, and he'd bring them from other countries to the garden. It was
like Mr. Sexton.
Exactly.
No wonder they were buddies.
Yes. So they both of them had a passion for the outdoors, I believe, and just wanted it to be gorgeous and to bring something that people can't see anywhere else. And it's still like that today. So.
Well, and speaking of that, you have some displays that you can see nowhere else in the world. You have a brand new one.
Oh, our exhibition that's in. Yes,
that.
So the dinosaurs are here. So our dinosaur exhibition is here, our dinosaurs around the world. And we have 10 animatronic dinosaurs right now. And they move back and forth, and then they make their noise. And yes, and what is so awesome about this is they're all over the main garden. And as you're walking down the path, you can hear a little rumble of a dinosaur sound. And I think that's pretty great. It's pretty great. So then we have a T-Rex that is gigantic. You'll hear him before you see him, and as you come around the corner, his head's poking out of the trees. It's amazing. So you have to come visit our dinosaur exhibition. It'll be here until the end of April, I believe. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's here for a while.
So what age group do you think really enjoys them the most? Is it scary for the little ones?
I think that There are some younger ones. We did have 2 4-year-olds that were a little nervous to come in last weekend to the garden because of dinosaurs, but then once they realized they're not real, and that's, they're not going to leave their little enclosure, they were fine with it. But we do have a path that does not have dinosaurs on it so that you can take the North Trail if you want to avoid them. But everyone seems to enjoy them, young and old. It's just really awesome to see dinosaurs. I didn't even know some of these dinosaurs existed. They're not your typical normal dinosaur that you would learn about in elementary school. There is a dinosaur from every continent, and so some of these dinosaurs I didn't even know about. So it was pretty cool. We have a little display sign at every dinosaur, tell you where they've found the first skeleton of the dinosaur and all that information. So it's fantastic.
And I don't know many boys that aren't into dinosaurs at some point in their life.
My niece also loves dinosaurs, so it's definitely universal. The dinosaurs are fantastic. So
that's fantastic. Yes. We're going to take a short break.
Awesome.
Word from our sponsors, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about some of the other great things that you've got planned for the next 6 months.
I would love to do that. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vicki Soule, CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health. Indian River County is one of the top 10 richest counties in Florida. Yet, half of our families are underserved in medical, dental, and behavioral health care. TCCH, a nonprofit, believes in health care for all. Children need well checks, women need mammograms, men need annual physicals. Please consider partnering with TCCH to help meet the needs of our community. 100% of your gifts stay here. To donate, visit tcchinc.org.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal Upholstery, Four Seasons, and Capri. We also have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. And right now, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and also visit our outlet and closeout store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture, stop on in today and have a sunshine day.
Revive Vero Beach, located next to Anytime Fitness on Oslo Road and 27th Avenue, has everything you need to look and feel your best, including hormone replacement therapy, stem cell therapy, sexual wellness, weight loss, laser aesthetics, hair, tattoo, and skin spot removal, Botox and fillers, cryotherapy, comprehensive blood work, and everybody's favorite ozone and IV therapy. Refresh, renew, and revitalize yourself at Revive today. Call 772-492-6607. A member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. I'm Vicki Soule from Treasure Coast Community Health. You've probably heard of us. We do have a number of locations around the county because we believe that accessing your private physician, dentist, behavioral health specialist is really important without having to get on multiple buses or borrow a friend's car and making a big production. We want you to be able to come in and get the care that you need when you need it. So if you are between visits, and this serves as a reminder, just give us a call at 257-8224 and let them know that you'd like to make an appointment. Today, I'm very happy and amazed at the growth that McKee Gardens has had in the last 20 years since it reopened from the early 30s until the mid-70s, somewhere around there. I'll bet that's about the same time that I-75 and Walt Disney opened up.
You are correct.
And people started coming off of US 1 and going to the fast, efficient route from south to north and north to south. So it's wonderful that you have this as a local thing. And many of my friends post pictures from being at the garden, particularly the water lilies seem to be a big favorite.
Our Water Lily Festival is very popular, yes.
And when is that? Is that a springtime thing?
It is springtime.
Okay.
Next year is scheduled next year. All of our events and activities are posted on our website, so definitely.
Which is what?
McKeegarden.org.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice
there
and
you go.
simple.
That's
Okay.
it. But you can search McKee Botanical Garden and it'll definitely come up. But on the website now, it talks about the Dinosaur Exhibition and their Festival of Lights, our Magic and McKee Festival of Light days. And so it's all there.
Okay. Now, the Festival of Lights is not the same as going to the Fort Pierce Marina, where they're constantly blinking on and off and kind of overwhelming you, as I recall.
I've not been there, but I will take your word for it. So no, I don't believe. So we close the garden at the normal time at 5 o'clock to get ready, and it gives us an hour to turn everything on and get everything ready for the evening. And we reopen at 6, and we're open from 6 to 8. And we had a professional lighting company this year wrap our trees and all that good stuff. So it's just beautiful. And the paths will be illuminated with luminaries, and we have decorations out.
Nice.
It's fantastic. We have our cafe will be selling goodies in the evening.
It's funny. You can feed the kids at 5:30, but by the time 6:30 rolls around, they smell something. I don't know what they smell, but it's like, Mommy, I'm hungry.
Well, hey, you have to have the Christmas cookie or the hot chocolate, right?
There you go. Absolutely.
So it's
Good
all,
to know.
yeah. So it's going to be fantastic this year.
And what impressed me the most last year when I was there is that the paths are able to take people in walkers and wheelchairs and strollers, and it's really a family-friendly event to walk through the gardens at that point.
It's very true. Our children's garden is also that very same way. Everyone can go up to the pirate ship and look out. Yes, it's wheelchair accessible. Strollers are definitely welcome. So yes, it's very friendly, family-friendly, as you say, definitely.
Well, I was over in that area, but I was kind of hanging around and looking at all the other things that you have around the pirate ship for the adults to see.
Oh, yes.
So who picked out all the wonderful plants? I call them flowers, but they're not all flowers.
But, I think some of them, of course, have been there for quite some time. And it is up to the horticultural staff, I'm sure, and the board to make those decisions. But our horticultural director, as I mentioned, who's been here for a very long time, he has kind of a sense of what was here before and what we need to add now. Okay. We love to put the native plants in, but also we want to keep with Arthur and Waldo's tradition of keeping those orchids and the water lilies in. And I believe we've added orchids recently. So yes, it's just a gorgeous variety of plants, and some of the plants I didn't even know about until I started working at McKee, like the bush that blooms 3 different colored flowers, a lavender, a purple, and a white, called the Today, Tomorrow, or Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, excuse me. Got that all mixed up. But that's the name of the plant because it changes, and one day they're this color, and it's just gorgeous, and they're actually blooming now. So, yes. So we do have stuff. There's constantly something blooming all year. Our water lilies, of course, don't bloom all year, but there's always something that is blooming. So it's fantastic.
My boys like to go on the very back end of the property. I guess that'd be the southern end, where there's that big structure. And I think it's right by the plants, Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow. They just hang out there pretending they're, I don't know, voyeurs in a new land because
we do have our stickwork sculpture. It's gigantic, and it is one of those where you can just go in and out of, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
yes,
like that.
Yes.
But your job is to help educate our community about different things, and so I understand that you've put together some workshops, not just for children, but for adults as well.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I would love to. So yes, my job is to put together programming and workshops for adults, families, and children. And so if you're a member of McKee, you'll get the first notice about the workshops that are coming out. So it's in December, our mailing will go out, and a lovely education booklet will be sent to the homes of our members. And then, of course, it's posted online as well. But we have workshops, everything from arts and crafts, painting, horticultural workshops. We have a lunch and learn lecture series where we give you lunch from our cafe while you're learning about plants. So I try to just plan a variety of things so that if something might interest you. So I'm very excited about this year's lineup from January to May. So the booklet will be going out, and then once that booklet, like I said, goes out, then we'll post it online for anyone to sign up and register.
Now, if someone wanted to be a member, does that membership cover just McKee, or can it be used in other places?
Fantastic question. Yes, so because we're a part of the American Horticultural Society Reciprocal Network, our membership is good in over 350 other gardens around the United States.
Wow.
Yes. So you can take your membership card from McKee and go to the other reciprocal gardens
Like
and get
Bach
in.
Garden.
Yes,
Bach Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe Lou Gardens as well. I believe the Atlanta Botanical Garden might also be on the list. But when you join, we give you the short version of few of those gardens, but then we also give you a website that you can search all of the reciprocal gardens so that you know. So if you're planning to go back up north for a little bit, you can use that membership card up there, while you're up north, or if you're planning to take a trip. So it is fantastic. It's definitely worth it. You can come as many times as you want, including the holidays with your membership, and then you can also visit other gardens. So.
And that's really the key. You can come multiple times, and you can't possibly see everything in one journey.
No,
there's just no way.
You're right. You're definitely right. You definitely want to come back because you see something new every time you come. Definitely.
Now, when I was there the last time, you still had the Lego figures. Have they been moved to another place, or are they still there?
So that was one of our exhibitions. So that basically they're brought in for a certain amount of time. So that was last spring. So the dinosaurs have now taken their place.
Okay.
So yes, and who knows what will happen next year? But for this year, it's the dinosaurs. So
well, that's great that you can change it up, and my kids are getting to the point where they don't really want to go places with me. They're at that age, and
gotcha.
So I'll say, so do you want to go to the zoo? We've been there. How about McKee? We've been there too. Yeah, but now they have dinosaurs. Oh,
exactly.
Well, okay.
And the children's garden is also very enticing. We have the splash garden, so on warm days you can run through the water. And the pirate ship is always fantastic. Now, I always tell any visitor, you have to go up on the pirate ship at least once because it's the tallest, highest point of the garden. So you can look out among the palm fronds, and it's fantastic. It's a very nice view up there. And of course, kids love to steer the ship.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I was the matey at the shore side. I didn't go up, but now, now maybe next time I will.
You should. You should.
So tell us a little bit more about your journey with the children and how this came to pass from just having exhibits to the pirate ship, now to workshops. Got something else up your sleeve?
Oh, hey, you never know. But yes, so the idea, I'm sure, before I started working here was to expand, to encompass the whole family so that everyone has something to enjoy. And of course, it's beautiful just to walk through the garden. And we still do have our backpack program, which is something that, children can check out a backpack and do their little adventure. But when the idea was brought up about including a children's garden, I'm like, why not? I mean, this is the only children's garden in our area. And so that took about 3 years to be completed. But now we have the children's garden, and now I do daily children's garden programming that is free with membership or price of admission. Oh. And so every day we have something different. We just finished last week our last music time, which was very popular. So I played, nature-themed songs, and the kids got to use tambourines and rhythm sticks. And
how fun.
It's fantastic. And so we'll start that again in January, but right now we have to put it on hold for the holidays, and that's what our crafts come in. Our daily crafts now are coming in our story times for the holidays.
But if a grandparent had children in for the holidays, could they maybe grab a backpack as they go through the gardens?
Well, right now the backpacks are not available yet. They haven't been released since we had to stop
COVID.
that for unfortunately for the pandemic.
Okay.
But with the holidays, if you have grandchildren visiting here in December, I highly recommend coming. Participate in our daily crafts. We have a different holiday craft every day for 20 straight days. Every time we're open, it's going to be a different craft.
Okay.
So we have a holiday craft for kids. We also have holiday story time. So it's a different holiday story every day for 20 days, Tuesday through Saturday. So it's definitely something to do. And of course, you have to see the dinosaurs. You have
Absolutely.
to. But and then our cafe is cooking up some holiday treats as well for you to purchase. And it's just the decorations that we put out, it just makes the holiday.
I have to agree.
Yes.
And it's always something different. One year we came and you had the Calliope organ playing music.
And they're coming back, actually.
Are they?
Yes. So they're coming back. We're having other entertainment throughout the evening. So yes, definitely.
Well, I am so glad that you came to tell us all about this.
I appreciate you having me.
Really a great local resource. For fun and entertainment and maybe just a little bit of learning, although we don't want to tell the children that.
Oh, no, it's just all fun. It's all fun. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us today. I hope that this adds joy to your holiday season, and we will see you again next week. Have a great evening.